Collecting and cataloguing pieces has been incredibly fun and so eye-opening to how much Bristol has to offer. Another massive legend and someone who's been brought up a lot by people who like graph and street art and also by people who do it is Sepr. I'd seen his work for years and I didn't realise it was one person. Now he does spray with a crew of people, the ASK crew, but I'll be covering mainly his work, but you will see some artwork with him and the crew. In the last video I said about my Mount Rushmore, and after reviewing Sepr, I'm swapping Banksy out for him. I just live for controversy, because his artistic merit, his placement, style and uniqueness of all of his pieces in his portfolio of work, it would be wild not to have Sepr on the mountain. I love the Bristol scene and I'm very much an outsider to an outsider culture, but you don't need to be able to recognise names and brushstrokes or all of these finer details to appreciate the beauty in his work. His work is in a style that's so distinct and like nothing else, it's hard to not just stand there in awe. The people and the animals have this crazy proportioning in places and never a missed detail. Large heads, thin limbs, and it's all in a style that leaves you thinking, how did he even think of that? It's the very definition of weird and wonderful, and I feel like in a different universe where Sepr was born 60 years earlier, he would have been the illustrator to Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Ralph Steadman did an incredible bang up job, but imagine Sepr and Hunter, now that would have been vibes. His work is so beautiful, and at the scale of some of his pieces, it has that Grand Canyon effect, so you really need to see them in person. If you can make a journey down, I should include a map at the end. So his shading is super tight and nearly every piece enters the third dimension flawlessly. Take this pub, the Golden Lion, for example. Look at the size and the scale of this piece. The woman's head is so much bigger than a regular woman's head, but scaled lovely. The line really pops too, and the colour on it is sublime. The building structures and the windows go well with the placement and there's not too much clashing. I would hope that they would simulate the prey going into the lion's mouth through that window or something. The style is in a league of its own, and I could see a cartoon being made of this format easily. It is elite to have one of these on your businesses or for your house. The pieces have a clear Bristol feel to them and it's just got that vibe. Also, this one here is right next to the prison, a place where graffiti or street art can land you if the police catch you. Sepr is great because he shows precision and talent in both graffiti writing and street art, and it's a freehand spraying, a fact which is good to mention. His designs always slap too, and this is another pub he worked on. This is the Bell on Jamaica Street, and it's got the police and the robbers theme, and the police are like the 1800s bobbies, and they are pigs as well. The robbers, I believe they're cats, but at first I thought they might be monkeys because they're stealing bananas. But then I looked and I'm sure they're cats because they have snouts. So they look more like cats, let's say. And it's a fun piece. And by the looks of it, it looks like one of the cats is going to make it off the scene with the loot too. Which is, was good to see. I work in a pub, and after seeing these two pieces on the pubs, I really want one on where I work. That would be incredible. The landlord where I work, his image is like a caricature of like a hard man. He's always got a fag hanging out of his mouth, and his catchphrase is like fuck off, fuck that, or fuck 'em. Like one of the three but he's sure to say those. He's like the perfect bloke to have 20 foot high, massive outside of the pub. I'm telling you, in Sepr style, forget about it. Mate, everyone's drinking in there. I can see it happening. I thought collecting Sepr's piece on the Golden Lion was the furthest point I've been collecting graffiti in Bristol, but it turns out it's the second. So it's 3.3 miles from where I live, and the furthest is the Banksy piece at Bridge Farm School, which is 3.9 miles. But the difference is I had to call the school, I had to book a time slot, which was good for them, and I was ushered to the piece by the headmaster. It was more like an art gallery, but with Sepr's piece, it's in the public eye. I will add though, the school emailed Banksy and it was done as a personal thing for them. It wasn't really meant for the public though, so I appreciate the school for letting me in. It was really amazing. And I shouldn't talk much about Banksy in the Sepr video, but I have got to say the talents are matched evenly. but it's different styles, medium and messages. But if you know Banksy, then I can't see why you shouldn't know Sepr, let's say. I was looking at his website and I seen the tattoos that he does. I noticed he works at Steady Hand Tattoos and the work is super dope, really fresh. The style is one that marries well with tattoos, and I can see an amazing sleeve piece being created, or a chest piece as well. I also found a few videos of him on YouTube, which I'll include in the description below, of him working on murals, which is super nice to watch because it's like time-lapse pieces. His website also leads to an Etsy site, or an ETS. Why? I'm not sure I'm saying it correctly, but it's a website where you can buy his prints. They're all available to buy. The prices are on there and they're really worth the buy, I would say. All the pieces on there are as decent and as warm as his street work as well. There are a few prints on there I want to buy, like I said, but I think the ice cream one in particular, I think that's the one I got my eye on. And now back on his site, he's got a page for all of his murals and wall pieces, and they're all dated and they're in a lovely layout, so you can just kind of scroll down and see his work. His Instagram is another one to go and follow for a variety of sketches, collabs, murals, tattoos, and also I found out he plays in a band called Olanza. Again, I'm butchering it, but I've seen some clips of him playing and he's rocking out with his cock out. Well, not literally, but do you know what I mean? He's smashing it, and it's super cool to see a drummer. I rarely get to see people hitting drums. I couldn't find any interviews with Sepr, and I would have loved to found one, but then it makes me think maybe I could interview him if he was up for it. You know, whether it be a text, a call, in person, I could just see the fun of it, and it would be great to see the man behind the can. A drummer, a tattooist, a spray artist, and 2 separate crews and a collective, and overall a mad skilled guy with a great body of work. You can't tell me that this isn't the dude right here. Great work and loved by the scene itself. Bristol was better for his vibes and his perception. His ability to catch the eye and keep it drawn is apparent in every single piece I found. He's made social and political statements for the community too, and you can see the way he just paints with clear passion. Bristol Council needs to get him to do some more work in the city centre so those passing through the city can see his work and kind of take that vibes with them away and say, hey, when I was in Bristol I seen some damn good work. We've got another fantastic case of a gifted soul attacking the walls and making our city better. More of his work is 100% needed. I can't wait for the new Sepr pieces. So don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for some more videos and more content like this. And don't forget, more importantly, go and check out Sepr, his website, his Instagram. Go and show him some love and some support. He's got some great work out there for you guys to see. And I think, again, I was meant to do Cheo, but I'm collecting up a good portfolio. And I think next is going to be Andy Council.